Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Well, Karen and myself, we've decided that, you know, being at home for 3-4 weeks is enough. We've got a sunny day, it's beautiful, and we just put a pin in the map. And we are actually going down to a place in New South Wales, or we're going interstate, and we're going to go and check out a place I've never been to before. I've heard it's really beautiful. Hopefully we should get there around lunchtime or just before lunchtime. And yeah, a place called Fingal Head. Today we're going to be trying up my new toy. It's a GoPro Hero 11 with a Volta stick. I'm not proficient at using GoPros. However, this is going to be a good trial run. So some of the footage will be on here and some will be on my phone. I will do a review on how I go on a day trip to Fingal Head with the new GoPro. Hey everyone, well, we're actually at Fingal Head. I was going to record on the GoPro us entering it because I can use the Volta as a remote, but for some reason it decided it was going to lose the Bluetooth connection. And because driving in here was really beautiful, like the actual Tweed River has got this beautiful sort of blue tinge to it, which is really nice to see instead of brown. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can reattach the GoPro to the Volta. So we've decided we're going to stop at the river here at the Tweed. I've got the car giving us a little bit of shade and a little bit of a windbreaker from the wind, and it looks really pretty here. So we've decided to stop here for a little bit of lunch. So I got Cara on the extension lead. She can explore all the sand and the wood, and she's probably in her element actually because she loves her sticks, while I am going to have my lunch. We'll probably go for a walk up to the Lighthouse afterwards. I'm actually alternating between my phone and my GoPro because if I'm not happy with one or the other, then I can use the other one. Oh, here we go. I wonder if she's going to react to this. No, she doesn't like it. Was that scary, darling? Was that scary, was it? Oh no. Oh no, that's no good. That's no good. Anybody with doggies, if you are wondering what I've actually done with Cara, I've got one of her extension leads here, goes out to about 5 meters, and I've wrapped it round and round and round and round the bull bar and extended it right the way out. She can almost reach the water, but she, yeah, almost. So, but not quite. I'll move the car forward a little bit, maybe, and then she could reach the water, but yeah, I'm not going to now. Well, she might be able to get down to the water from there. She's so scared of the water. She's so funny. She's enjoying herself. A bit of stimulation after being isolated for 3 weeks, because we weren't allowed to let little boys anywhere near her. So and I'm going to go back to my coffee. I hope this isn't too shaky. I absolutely forgot to bring my selfie stick, so I don't know. In fact, I don't know where it is. So I know I had it, but in one of the bags, and I didn't see it in the bag when I transferred stuff over to come here. But anyway, loving coming out for the drive. The drive down was atrocious. absolutely atrocious. When you live in the country, you actually forget how bad the Gold Coast highway gets. You do. It was bumper to bumper traffic, and then as soon as we hit New South Wales, beautiful. Hardly any cars, cruising down the highway at speed. Absolutely beautiful. But there was any excuse and there was a traffic jam on the Gold Coast highway. There was turn-offs, or people joining, or people going to theme parks, or one guy who had overheated in a car and it had stopped all the traffic. It was just absolutely crazy. And I know, living in the country, you just forget about these things. You really do. You do forget about these things. But anyway, I'm going to try and get some nice photos here. The sun's just decided to peek through the clouds again, which is beautiful. So I'm going to get some vitamin D, which me and Kara's missed out on the last few weeks. Just relax for a bit. Got a lot of thinking to do. So thinking, yes, what am I going to do now? My whole plan for retirement sort of went out the window with the Volkswagen, because when it was first released back in July, it was too quick for me. It was too quick for me to retire. Yeah, I just wasn't ready. To get the van, I need to retire, get my super and pay for the van, because the van's going to be my new home. But I still inquired and I still found out, and I was quoted 163,000 plus. Like, it was 163,600 and something. I can't remember what it was now. But say 164,000, which was higher price to what we were quoted in June. At the show, we were told that they would be high 150, like 150,000, so 158, 159,000. So from June to July, the price went up. But I was accepting it. I liked the whole idea of the van and what it had and what it looked like and everything. And it would have suited us down to the ground. I've stayed in contact with Volkswagen. I won't say which dealership, but some of the contact has been rather sparse, because I did ask a lot of questions and I don't think they liked it very much. A bit of a gripe was that Volkswagen didn't have one that you could go and have a look at it. And I know that you can buy cars just off of plans, but it was a bit odd that the dealerships didn't have one. Then got in contact, another salesman contacted me these holidays, and he was able to tell me a few other things, and that the price will be going up in December. Sorry, it's just got really sunny here. I was like, oh, okay. I was sort of at my limit, because in my budget I really didn't want to pay more than 150,000 for a motorhome or a van. And so I went, oh, okay, if it's a couple of grand I might be able to squeezy it, but if it goes up too much. But anyway, he said the original salesman I was talking to was away, and that he would get me, contact me after when he comes back, which he did. So I said to him, so one of the questions was, what's the price going to be? And he said, well, we haven't got a definite price, which I find really odd. How do you not know how much the vehicle is going to be in December? Like, that is just bad. Like, how are you going to sell vehicles if you can't give someone a price? So anyway, he said, and then in his email he said to me, oh, but I can tell you the price what they are right now. And I thought, well, you told me what that was in July. But anyway, and he came back with 184,800 and something it was. And I was like, whoa, when did it jump from 163 or 164 to 184 without nobody telling me? And I'd been in contact with these dealerships all along. And then the price is going up. It's going up again in December. I was saying to them initially, I was saying, well, I'd like to put a deposit, you know, how can I put a deposit down? This guy, the first guy I was dealing with, wouldn't accept me to put a deposit down. And then the second guy said, oh, you can actually put a holding deposit, which means it will hold your place to order. But it will be at the December prices. So I was like, okay, well, at the time, if I hadn't gone up too much, I was quite willing to do that. I've got the deposit there ready to go. And then they came back and said, well, today's price is 184, 186 something rather. And then it's going up again. And I was like, this van has just outpriced me. Indecisions and the not knowing, you know, like if I went to Jayco and their van, tougher looking, very, very similar, all-wheel drive, exactly the same. Mind you, I do like the 4Motion format, but the only gripe I've got, or the only thing that it didn't suit me, was that there was only 3 seat belts. And quite honestly, I don't want to get a 2-seater, I don't want to get a 3-seater. I really want to get 4 seat belts, even if you can't sleep 4 people, because I know in the future there's going to be times where I'd like to take Kev and the boys off with me, and instead of taking 2 vehicles we could just take 1. And the difference between 3 seat belts and 4 seat belts is that 4 seat belts we can go, 3 seat belts we can't. The Jayco one is 159, it was under 160 on the roads. So I don't know what Volkswagen's doing. I have to have a really big think again, where everything was set in motion, literally, and have a really big think about what sort of vehicle I want and when do I get it. Do I get new? Do I get second hand? What do I do? I do have the GoPro in the back of in my bag in the back. I really ought to be having that, but I just want to see how steep this ramp is and the walkway is before I get that out, because it's going to be one-handed. Oh. Okay, so we're actually just at the entrance here where we head up to the lighthouse. Oh, I hate talking too close to the camera. Turn it around and I'll show you what I'm doing. So we've got Giant's Causeway, Fingal Head Lighthouse. So the Giant's Causeway is in Ireland, isn't it? But from what I was reading, it's quite similar to the one in Ireland. So let's have a look. I'm only in thongs, so I'm hoping Cara won't pull me down the hill. This way, Cara, this way. This is a good time for Cara to learn how to walk nicely on a lead as well. She hasn't actually got that knack yet, because we actually don't do a lot of walking, so due to my knees, but can't really go past this one here. So this forest walk, I believe it goes down to Dreamtime Beach, but I'm actually not going to take her down there today, only because we've been told that the beach is quite dangerous, and I don't know whether you can hear the ocean in the background, but it's quite windy. The ocean is quite huge out there at the moment, so maybe I can go somewhere and I can get some nice photos of it, but I'm certainly not taking Cara onto a beach where they claim that the sands shift. So that's a bit of a worry. There's this little pathway. Didn't have any signs, but it is roped off, and well, not rope top, so you can't go in there, but I mean rope top that you can walk down here. But looking through the trees, you can see the head. So just going to go and see if we can get a nice photo of the head. Oh yes, look at this coming through now. Look at that. Windy. Look at that. Whew. Sea spray, sand spray. Very windy. And now we're just going to walk back up and see if we can walk up to the lighthouse. Oh no, what do I see in front of me? I see steps. Steps, do not get on. But anyway, we'll give it a go. And more steps. We have more steps. Well, I'm so unfit. I really need to get fit. So, oh, okay. Combination of being unfit and knees that don't want to work. We've got two viewing points. Which way to go? I don't know whether you can see it through there. It's pretty rough. So we're not going down there. Oh, there's a seat. Don't be tempted, Sandra. Don't be tempted. Oh, steps down. Does that mean steps up? Oh no. Come on. I said, knee and steps. Do not get on going up or going down. Stop. Stop. Good girl. Alright. You can feel me shaking. I do not like it when I'm on the end of a rock and there is no protection from anything. Oh, well, I'm sitting on the bench. I'm not good with heights. The headland, basically, there is no protection at all for you going down the edge. And I got very, very nervous. So I could feel my knees going to jelly. I said to Cara, come on, let's turn around. We're not going to do the walk around because you can actually do a big walk around the head here. I was like, nah, sorry. But it is quite pretty here. But I am safely on a bench. Nowhere near the head. It is a bush turkey. Hopefully she doesn't see it. And she's seen it. She's seen it. So, good girl. Stay here. It's very pretty sat here. I must admit, very pretty. So, but boy, is that water wild. Have a quick little walk around the lighthouse. Come on, Cal. Let's go. Lighthouse here. Bottom of those steps that we went up, I didn't film because I needed my hand. We're having arthritis in both my knees. It's pretty painful going down steps, so I needed one hand on the banister, one hand holding onto Cara, and yeah, but yeah, we're now walking through the rainforest. Come on, you just want to say hello to everybody, don't you? Hey? You just want to say hello to everybody. It's quite beautiful walking through here. Nice and cool. So Cara just spotted something in the bush, and it moved, and it went under the grass, under the leaves, and I was like, don't touch! But I can't actually see any signs of snakes on the pathway here, which is really good. If there was, I'd be even more worried. But here in Australia, you know, you really do have to keep your eyes open. You know, a little bit of a rustle or a little movement at the corner of your eye or some swirly lines through the sand, and you just have to be very, very aware, because eastern browns are in the top 5 of deadly snakes in the world, so you really don't want to come across one. Well, I was sort of thinking of either contacting here or contacting Kingscliff to see if they had any pet-friendly cabins, but it's really quite busy down here. So I think Kingscliff might be another day trip. Oh, okay, so we're both very hot, we're both very exhausted. That's what comes of having a long break between trips, hey? So I've got the aircon going full belt to cool Cara down and to cool me down, and we are now going to start heading home. Thank you for watching my video and visiting my channel. If you'd like to see more of these videos, please let me know in the comments section. Maybe give me a suggestion of where I could go for a day trip. That would be amazing. I do live in Gatton, and so my criteria are basically within 3 hours of home. Driving does not scare me at all. It needs to be pet friendly. It needs to have at least 2 tourist attractions so that I can actually show you on the video. And the last and the most important criteria, I want to go and explore new places. So it needs to be somewhere that I've never been before. I'm still trying to find the niche of what suits, you know, the people out there. The ones before have always been informative ones, where I travel to different places and then I give you the information about that place. Where this video, I tried to make it a little bit different. It was more like, let's go out for the day, and this is what we did. And it's just like a day in the life when we go out for the day. The blog that I've written to accompany this video is actually more of how did I go, because this was the first time that I actually used the GoPro, and I realized afterwards I had all the settings wrong, and quite honestly some of them were really not kind to me at all, and of course I lost all the footage of that trip, as in driving and, you know, the big car park on the highway and things like that, which was a shame, but I think I figured out those settings now. And of course the blog is a comparison. So I'm using my iPhone right now to record this one. I'm not using the GoPro, I'm using the iPhone, and I'm sort of comparing the two lots of footage and I'm comparing the two lots of photos and things like that. So on the day trip that we took, I was using both just to see the comparison. On the blog, I do actually talk about the comparison and which I found easier and which I found harder, and one uploads easier and the files are larger and all things like that. So it's worth a read. Well, it's starting to rain here now, so I'm going to go. So thank you again for watching my video. Please be safe on those roads and always be kind to people. I just wanted to finish up this video and just to show you that I did figure out some of the settings on the GoPro that I have been testing it out today. Today is a Nana day, so I've been driving backwards and forwards to Upper Lockyer. My grandson's asleep in the car at the moment, so I thought, right, this is a good time to just show you the different settings that I made and I tested, and they seem to work. So I thought I'd just show you how I've got it set up in the car. I'm using a magnetic clip. I'm not using the magnet side of things, I'm using the clip side of things. Now the GoPro is upside down like I had it last time. However, I've changed the settings and I've tried it 4 times now, driving backwards and forwards and back to Hellerton to drop my other grandson off to school, and everything seems to be okay. It seems to be filming quite well. So the next thing I'm trying to show you is that I've now got it on standard. Okay, these are the other settings I've got it on. So the other one I wanted to show you is that I've actually got it on linear horizon lock, and that seemed to work.